we will discuss about equipotential surface. What is meant by equipotential surface? It's defined as a surface on which all the points are at same potential. This is known as equipotential surface. Suppose if you take a plus q point charge which is extended at the infinitive distance, we can take three points of potential v1, v2, v3, and here I am extended in this direction again v1, v2, v3, and opposite side v1, v2, v3 in the downwards v1, v2, v3. So all the v1 we have to connect, one concentric circle is formed. Again v2 I am going to connect, and v3. So it is look like a sphere. In this sphere each and every point has same distance from the center q plus q, and each and every point which gives the same potential. This is known as the equipotential surface. And here the concentric circle has the same potential. And next we can take a uniform electric field, and here we can take three surfaces a, b and c. So the three surfaces are parallel to each other. They have equipotential surfaces, and these surfaces always perpendicular to the electric field. So this is known as the equipotential surface. And next we will discuss some properties of equipotential surface. Here there are two properties are there. First, in this concentric circle we have to take a point A and has some charges, and point B have some charges. Suppose we can take the charges, we can move the charges from A to B. Therefore, there is a work is done. Then the work we have to calculate, that is the formula is charge into the difference between the potential. Therefore here the charge is plus q and the potential difference is va minus vb. We know that each and every point the potential is same, so that this tends to 0 and totally there is no work done, that is w equal to 0. This is the first property. And second property, the electric field always be normal to the equipotential surface. So this is the second point. Our next topic is the relation between electric field and electric potential, that is E and B. Now we can take a plus Q, and another point is plus Q1. From Q1 the charge is brought to Q plus Q at a distance dx. Therefore there is a work is done with the electric field E. Therefore dw equal to minus E into dx, first equation. And this work done dw equal to dv, this is electric potential, second equation. This dv we can substitute in equation 1. Therefore dv equal to minus E into dx, third equation. So next dv by dx equal to minus E, and the minus sign we take it out. Therefore minus dv by dx equal to E. Therefore E equal to minus dv by dx. So this is the relation in between E and V, and this equation is known as the negative gradient of electric potential. But in general we have to write E equal to minus of dou V by dou x into I cap plus dou V by dou y into j cap plus dou V by dou z into k cap. Now in this class we will discuss about electrostatic potential energy for collection of points. Already we know that the V value is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 by r. Let us take the charge q1 at a distance r, q2 is there, the q2 which is extended up to infinity. Now the q2 charge is bring to near the q1 value. So here there is a work done, and that work done equal to q2 into v. Therefore q2 v value we have to substitute here. Therefore w equal to q2 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 by r. Therefore the total work done equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r. So this total work done is stored as a electrostatic potential energy, that is represented as U is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r. And next there are three charges q1, q2, q3, which are arranged like this diagram, that is represented as A, B, C, and the distance in between Q1, Q2 is R12, Q2, Q3 is R23, and Q1, Q3 is R3. Now the total electric potential energy we have to calculate. Therefore, we have to take the charge Q1 to Q2, and there is a work done that is equal W equal to Q2 into the potential at B. Therefore, the potential at B is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R12. Therefore, the total potential energy U equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R12. This is equation 1. Now, the work done in bringing Q3 from infinity to C, the total value is C equal to Q3 into the potential V1C at charge Q1 plus the potential V23 at the charge Q3. Therefore, Q3 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R13 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 by R23. Now, in the total U value equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q3 by R13 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 Q3 by R23. This is equation 2. Now, the total energy we have to calculate by the addition of first and second equation. The common factors take it out U equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught within the bracket Q1 Q2 by R12 plus Q1 Q3 R13 plus Q2 Q3 R23. This is known as the total energy stored in a collection of. So our next topic is electrostatic potential energy of a dipole in a uniform electric field. Let us take a uniform electric field. E is a electric field here. We can take one dipole as usual minus Q plus Q, and with the center point is O, and here 2a distance is there, and making an angle theta here at that point. Now this dipole is rotated. When it is rotated along the direction of the electric field, we can make an angle theta dash. Now the work done by external torque to theta dash to theta at constant velocity. Therefore, work done equal to integral of theta dash to theta tau external d theta. This is equation 1. Already we know that tau external equal to the cross product P vector into E vector. Therefore, tau external, modulus of tau external equal to modulus of tau E equal to P vector into E vector. This is equation 2. Therefore, W equal to integral of theta dash to theta Pe sin theta d theta, because the cross product Pe value is Pe sin theta. So, we can write here Pe sin theta d theta. Now, we can integrate it. Therefore, W equal to Pe is a constant value, take it out. Therefore, when integrate sin theta value, we can get minus cos theta, and limit is theta and theta dash. Next, we can apply the limit Pe into first upper limit minus cos theta minus of, then minus cos theta dash. Therefore, Pe minus cos theta minus into minus plus cos theta dash. Then rearrange it Pe into cos theta dash minus cos theta. Then this work done W is considered as a stored potential. Therefore, we can consider it is known as U. That is U theta minus U theta dash equal to del U. Del U is nothing but it is known as the potential difference between the angular positions theta and theta dash. Therefore, W equal to Pe cos theta dash minus Pe cos theta, because U theta equal to minus Pe cos theta. Therefore, is equal to minus U theta dash plus U theta. Therefore, the potential difference del U equal to U theta minus U theta dash. Then, suppose if you take this uniform electric field, the dipole is aligned in the direction of the uh, right angle triangle, that is theta angle is 90 degree. When it is 90 degree, W equal to PE cos 90 minus PE cos theta. Cos 90 is 0, therefore W equal to minus PE cos theta. We know that W is known as stored potential energy, therefore we can write U of theta equal to minus PE cos theta. This minus PE cos theta we can write in the dot product P vector into E vector. This is known as the stored potential energy. It is not only depends upon the value of P and E, and also but also it depends the orientation theta of the dipole with respect to the electric field. Suppose the potential energy is maximum when theta value is pi, and potential energy is minimum when theta value is 0.